Extract from the Mémoire de Philippe Lacoste, The Squaring of Timber. The next day, he put us to work. Alfred Gauthier, marker, me and Eugène Gauthier, fellers, Joseph Mantha and Georges Gauthier, notchers, and Louis Gauthier and Joseph Champagne, squarers. Tardif, Provost and Paiement were assigned to another gang. The work of the gang was as follows. The marker chooses the trees that are to be cut, and notches them accordingly, whereas the fellers make a bed, that is, cut down a series of small trees that are placed transversely, cushioning the fall of the pine tree and facilitating its turning during the squaring process. We then felled the tree, cut it in lengths, and helped the marker lay out the line. The pine log had to be perfect, with no defects. We took 16 feet and up in length and 14 inches in diameter. It was wayney timber, which means that we could leave 3 inches of sapwood in the corners of the log. Lengthwise, a 2-inch curve was allowed the marker. The fellers will hold down the chalk line at both ends of the log, following the marker's instructions. He would then pull up the chalk line, and in releasing it, a perfect straight chalk line would be drawn on the bark of the tree, indicative of how deep the notcher should cut into the side of the log. The 2 faces of the log had to be perfectly level. The squarers would finish the job with their broad axes. In the afternoon, the logs were turned, and the 2 other faces, chalk line in black, were squared. In this case, it was forbidden to have a curve in the line. Finally, the teamsters placed them on a skid with one end positioned higher up so that the bobsleighs could haul them to the main roads where they could be piled.